Good morning, everyone. In today's data conference session, we are going to cover Pupil Rights Amendment and Food and Nutrition Services Overview. Different topics that will be covered throughout the presentation will include understanding about Public Protection Right Amendment, what PPRA covers more than the protected areas, difference between PPRA and FERPA, what is LEA's role in ensuring proper implementation of PPRA, and what all PPRA restricts and who administers PPRA. And under Food and Nutrition Services, Jenna will cover what all programs are covered by FNS, how to stay in compliance with FNS programs, eligibility determination for NSLP, SFSP, and CACFP that are different programs managed by FNS. The Protection of Pupil Rights Amendment, also known as PPRA, applies to the programs and activities of the state education agencies and local education agencies, along with other recipients of funds under any government funded programs by the US Department of Education. It governs the administration of students of a survey, analysis, or evaluation. PPRA protects minor students from information provided in the service that can be personal, and it requires schools to inform their parents to get consent for gathering such information. PPRA also concerns marketing, surveys, and other areas of students' privacy to get access to the information and the administration of certain physical examination to minors. The right under the PPRA transfers from the parents to a student who is 18 years old or an emancipated minor under the state law. PPRA ensures cover all the survey funded by the US Department of Education, but not every survey that comes home is necessarily funded by the US Department of Education. However, back in 2001, NCLP expanded PPRA to include all the applicable surveys in public schools and not just those that are funded by the US Department of Education. This includes political affiliation or belief of the students or the student's parent, mental and physiological problems of students or student's family, sex behavior or attitudes, illegal antisocial, self-incriminating and demeaning behavior, critical appraisal of other individuals with whom responded have close family relationship, illegally recognized privilege or analogous relationship such as those of lawyers, physicians, and ministers, religious practices, affiliation, or belief of students or students' parents, and finally, income other than the required by the law to determine eligibility for participants in the program or for receiving financial assistance under such programs. Functions of PPRA is mainly advisory and facilitative. It ensures in improving governance, transparency, accountability, and quality of public procurement. It recommends revisions and formulation of laws, rules, policies, and related to public procurement. It also supervises the application and implementation of relevant laws, rules, policies, and procedures, and finally, to monitor performance of procuring agencies for improvements in their institutional setup. Now, let's understand the difference between FERPA and PPRA. FERPA, the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act, plays a significant role in protecting students' privacy. It protects students' educational records and ensures parental access to these records. It allows and enables parents to correct inaccuracies in their records. It also provides guidelines for who has the access of these records and gives students the means to opt out of directory information, that is name, address, school, and clubs, etc., that may be disclosed without consent. unless a parent opt out of this disclosure. Whereas PPRA, Protection of Pupil Rights Amendment, also plays a significant role in protecting students' privacy by allowing parents to limit personal information that school may collect from students. For example, this information can be collected as a part of physical examination, surveys, or certain evaluation. The law requires that school obtain written consent from parents when students are required to participate in any US Department education funded surveys, analysis, or evaluation. On a simpler note, FERPA protects information that the school already has on record, whereas PPRA protects information that schools do not have but can collect through surveys. Requirements of local education agencies or LEAs under PPRA includes properly developed and adopt policies in consultation with parents to address the protection of students' privacy and parents' right under the PPRA. Moreover, LEAs should regularly, once a year, notify parents about the policies that fall under PPRA or any policy changes that are made under PPRA. LEAs can update parents through US mail or email to parents that are scheduled to participate in any surveys mentioned previously and provide time for parents to opt out. For activities or surveys that are scheduled after the school year starts, LEA must provide parents with reasonable notification and an opportunity to review as well as an opportunity for their child to opt out. These activities and surveys involve collection, disclosure, or use of personal information collected from students for the purpose of marketing or sales or otherwise distributing such information to others for that purpose, with some exceptions. Ad- Secondly, administration or distribution to a student of any protected information survey not funded as a part of the program administered by the department or funded as a part of program administered by the department but to which students are not required to submit. And thirdly, certain non-emergency invasive physical examination or screening as described above. Another major area that will protect student privacy under PPRA is stopping students' personal information to be used for marketing purposes. PPRA restricts and doesn't allow information collected to promote educational products or services. This will include promotion in book clubs or magazine, programs providing access to low-cost literary products, college or other post-secondary educational recruitment or military recruitment, curriculum and instructional material used by elementary and secondary school students, recognition program sale by students of products or services to raise funds for school related or education related activities, and for test and assessment used by elementary and secondary schools. Protection of Pupil Rights Amendment is a part of Section 445 of General Education Provision Act and is administered by the Family Policy Compliance Office. The regulations related to PPRA can also be found in the Electronic Code of Federal Regulation under the Title 34.98 of Protection of Pupil Rights Amendment. Since the enactment of this regulation in 1984, there have been many amendments to the section of 445 of General Education Provision Act by No Child Left Behind Act of 2001 and 2 and Goals 2000 Educate America Act that was passed in 1994. To see most recent amendments to PPRA that are not reflected in the regulation can be found in the link provided in the reference section. Jenna Hilgos from Food and Nutrition Services will provide key insight in all the programs covered under FNS and what are the policies and how to keep up with those programs?
There are two functions of the Food and Nutrition Services Office, sometimes referred to either as FNS or Nutrition Services, that most closely relate to PPRA. The first of these functions, compliance reviews, are conducted across all programs overseen by Nutrition Services. These evaluations of agencies and subrecipients ensure that FNS programs are being operated in accordance with program and civil rights regulations, instructions, policies, and guidance provided by the USDA. The second function is to monitor and review complaints filed. A complaint indicates an allegation of discrimination based on protected classes laid out by the USDA. FNS, or Nutrition Services, manages 3 federal reimbursement programs. These include the National School Lunch Program, NSLP, the Summer Food Service Program, SFSP, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program, CACFP. In order to participate in and maintain compliance for the 3 federal reimbursement programs, all participants are required to submit an annual application. Applications are submitted digitally through the CNP portal. A program year is in place for each program. NSLP and CACFP's program year is the same, running from July until June. SFSP's program year starts in October and ends every September. NSLP participants should submit an application for review in July or August. SFSP participants should submit an application in April or May, and CACFP participants should submit their application in June. An approved application must be on file for reimbursements to be processed. Federal reimbursement for the NSLP program is dependent upon student eligibility determinations. Students can qualify for free or reduced price meals through the direct certification system or submission of a household application. Students that are directly certified do not need to submit any additional documentation to receive free or reduced priced meals. Nutrition Services collaborates with the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services to issue these benefits to students who qualify for state aid programs, including SNAP and TANF. Students that are not directly certified are encouraged to submit a household income application. The household income is reviewed to determine whether they qualify for free, reduced, or full price meals. The SFSP program provides free nutritious meals to children ages 18 and younger. SFSP sponsors are found at locations including schools, camps, libraries, food banks, and homeless shelters. SFSP sites operate as open, enrolled, or camp sites. Area eligibility determines open site locations, and enrolled sites provide meals to children in an activity program. SFSP meals are reimbursed at a free rate. CACFP participants include child care centers, where care is provided to children ages 12 and younger. All nonprofit, public, and governmental child care centers are eligible to participate in CACFP. For-profit child care centers must meet an eligibility requirement. Adult day centers can provide meals to the elderly through CACFP. There are also daycare homes that participate in CACFP under an umbrella organization. These include in-home daycares that are operated out of the provider's home. CAC eligibility determinations are made using income eligibility forms, or IEFs. Nutrition Services provides reimbursements for participants in all three reimbursement programs. Reimbursements are based on the number of meals served and, for some programs, the number of students eligible to receive free or reduced priced meals. In order for meals to be reimbursed, that meal must meet the program's meal pattern requirements. Reimbursements and claims are submitted through the CNP system. During the process of ensuring program compliance, providing reimbursements to participants, and ensuring as many children as possible have access to healthy meals, Nutrition Services collects a large amount of personal information data. Two examples of Nutrition Services efforts to ensure data confidentiality and security are included on this slide. The first example highlights the importance of keeping login information to the CNP program confidential. For CACFP and the other reimbursement programs, access to CNP includes access to data for both children and program operators. Nutrition Services highly recommends that login information is kept in a secure location, is not shared, and that previous users of the system have their accounts inactivated. The second example outlines a collaboration with a bordering state to increase the number of free or reduced priced meals. Qualifying students who live in Nebraska are able to access free and reduced price meals in their South Dakota schools due to these efforts. Because of the sensitive nature of this personal information student data being shared, a secure file transfer is used.
All the links related to PPRA and recent regulations related to protection of pupil right amendments, links have been provided in this slide along with the other links related to food and nutrition services. For any further inquiry or questions related to data quality or compliance, please send your questions on the email address provided in the slides. Thank you. Have a great day.